The state of Ohio budget reforms from 2012 will undoubtedly have some effects on education in our state. Some of them I'm sure will be positive, but for the most part, I must admit that I'm a little less optimistic about education in Ohio than I was before I read their budget. While reading, I discovered many implications that I think it will have on schools, the first of which is nothing new, that we're being asked to do more with less, that the stakes are extremely high, that we need to have more students, higher test scores, but less money. The words that I continuously read were to increase, but be more cost effective. Always we're asking teachers to do more with less, and always they rise to the challenge, but I just kind of wonder, when is enough going to be enough? The second thing that I noticed is that there was a very small vision of what constitutes student success. The word that I continuously heard was student results, and what they really mean by student results is test scores. So how we're judging our students is based on their score on a test. While this is one way to measure how students are doing in school, teachers know that this is not the only way to decide if a student is going to be successful. By narrowing our vision of what a student means to be successful, I'm afraid that we're not preparing them for the real world and what success might actually mean. A third implication for schools is that we've been turned into an assembly line of sorts, where we're being asked to mass produce students who can make things and do things and learn things quickly and in the most efficient manner. We are asking students to learn in a semester's worth of material in half the time, that they're being asked to participate in a marketplace or a knowledge economy, and I even saw one point where we were comparing education to the private businesses and the ways that they use technology. I wonder if this model is in the best interest of the students that we serve or the bureaucracy that serves us. The fourth thing that I found was that there is less community backing for the failing areas of our state. Considering who those failing areas are, I think it's probably more important that we build the community pride in those areas than take it away. My view is that education should build a community rather than destroy it. So my question is, how does it benefit the communities to ship the students to other schools or close the schools in their areas? Of course, I'm all for failing schools being fixed, but I think that the solution is not to ruin or destroy a current or existing community. A fifth implication that I saw from the budget was more essentially an observation that it was very teacher-centric. There was very little dialogue about what students will do in this new budget, and a lot of dialogue about what teachers will do. Essentially, teachers are responsible for creating these high test scores, and they will be rewarded and punished as such. I don't know about you, but these things were kind of scary to me, and I think they drive teachers away from the areas that are most in need of high, good quality teachers. The sixth thing that I noticed, and that was quite disturbing to me, was this idea of an innovation standing. Essentially, the state seems to be prescribing what innovation means in the classroom. When they were saying that you could apply to be innovative, but it has to meet certain criteria, and then your innovation standing can be revoked, I got a little bit concerned that once your status is revoked, does that mean we no longer innovate, that we no longer think of new ways to teach? Do I have to always apply to be innovative? These are things that I'm wondering. And then I wondered, what do they mean by innovation? Well, then I found out that innovation to the state means ways to make learning more efficient. Advanced placement courses, post-secondary enrollment options, or other ways that students can earn credit before actually getting to college, those are innovative because they make learning faster and quicker and more efficient for us. So what are the implications on students? Schools have a hefty load. What do the students have to do? Similarly to the schools, the students have one acceptable vision for their future, that they have to be college ready, and preferably college ready as fast as you can. That was about the only thing that they have to prepare for themselves for, and I wonder, is that what we can expect from all of our students? What about our students who don't go to college and don't pursue blue-collar careers? They actually use the words blue-collar. I don't know if that was very professional, but if they don't pursue these things, what does that mean for their futures or our vision of them in our society? The other thing I noticed for students is that technology in terms of the budget was a means to an end. It was a way for them to master course material quickly, and it was a way for them to earn credit in class more efficiently. Nowhere did I see anything about the digital natives and the way that they like to create and the way that they like to innovate and the way that they like to problem solve. All that I read about their use of technology was that it needs to be used to make their learning more efficient. I'm not sure that the digital native would agree with this view of technology. So I kind of wonder, are we ready for this as schools and teachers? And I had to think about, before I could answer this question, what exactly are we being asked to do? This is what it sounded like to me, that we're being asked to produce the exact same successful student results as fast as we can with little money as possible, regardless of who we teach. And so then I said, am I ready for this? Are we ready for this? Dear God, I hope not. I hope that nobody is accepting that this is the way to teach, that we don't look at our students' backgrounds, that we don't try and be innovative for the sake of being innovative, for the sake of best practice, that we don't base our success on simply test scores, and that we don't push students to finish as quickly as they can, because we all know that all students are different. I hope that nobody ever accepts this as the way it needs to be. So am I ready as a teacher? No, because my vision is not remotely close to what I believe the vision of Ohio's budget is. I believe that technology needs to be used because it's what's best for our students, that it needs to be integrated meaningfully and not in just a way to make learning and teaching more efficient. I don't want my students to have to produce results on a test to be considered successful, and I don't want to worry about anything but best practice and if my students love what they're doing. I want to be able to be innovative for the sake of trying new things, and I want my students to be able to make mistakes, not master everything the first time they do it. More importantly, I want my innovation status to never be able to be revoked.